for joining us for today's live event. We are so happy to have you. And please, you can keep your introductions coming in the chat window, and we'll be sure to just engage with you and talk with you. So welcome once again. Thank you for taking out time to join us for this live event themed Harnessing AI to Redefine Customer Experience Excellence. We've waited for you all to join, and I'm sure that other participants would join as we proceed. My name is Sarah. Once again, I am a customer excellence strategist here at Reliance Infosystems, and I want to say a very, very big welcome to you all for joining the Harnessing AI to Redefine Customer Experience Excellence live event. Now, before we get started with today's engagement, here are a few housekeeping rules. First, this presentation is being recorded and will be made available after the event. But please do listen attentively so you do not miss any information. Now, to ensure decorum during this event, all attendees are automatically muted and videos turned off. I'm sure that maybe you had tried during the introductions to unmute, but you saw that you couldn't do that. That was intentional. This is to avoid any form of distraction during the course of this event, this live event. However, you can ask your questions using the chat windows. You can also make contributions as well. We really welcome that as well. So you can do that. Lastly, I'd like you to know that a feedback form will be provided at the end of this webinar to know your thoughts on this webinar and if you want to know more. All right. So without further ado, let me introduce you to our specialists who will be taking us through this engagement today. First, we have Aminat Oladokun. Aminat is a customer engagement consultant here at Reliance Infosystems, and I'm sure you can see her right now. Aminat, can you say hi to everybody? You're muted.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Good morning. All right. We also have Simeon. Simeon Umo is a full stack developer here at Reliance Infosystems as well. Simeon, can you say hello to our audience?
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Good morning. And of course, lastly, I'm Sarah. I am a customer excellence strategist. All right. Let's do a quick rundown of today's agenda, what you should expect from this live event. First, we'll be introducing Reliance Infosystems. We'd like you to know who we are and what we do as an organization. And of course, we'll go right into the meat of today's conversation, harnessing AI to redefine customer experience excellence. So we'll speak to the state of customer service experience, and then we'll also speak to AI, how it is influencing this current state of customer service experience and how your organization can leverage AI to further push your organization towards its goal. And we'll be speaking on different tools, one of which is the Dynamics 365 Contact Center. We'll be giving you an overview, a demonstration, and of course, we'll have question and answer session where you can ask your questions and our experts will provide answers. However, if you have any question before the question and answer session, please do not hesitate to ask your question in the chat window, and our experts on the call will provide answers to them. And of course, we'll have the conclusion and farewell. All right. Thank you so much for listening thus far. Right now, I'll be doing an introduction, a very brief introduction of Reliance Infosystems, who we are and what we do as an organization. We are a leading advocate for digital transformation with 6 solution designations, 18 advanced specializations, over 400 members of staff, and we are physically located in 15 countries with a digital reach of over 50 countries. We are all about one thing, and that is reinventing the world, one organization at a time. At Reliance Infosystems, our customers are not just customers to us. They are more than just clients. They are partners. We measure our success by how much progress we've helped them achieve. And this philosophy is anchored on our commitment to creating impactful and innovative solutions for our customers. Now, embarking on a transformative journey with us means stepping into a future of boundless possibilities, because at Reliance Infosystems, our solutions are anchored on 4 strategic pillars, and these are the AI and people transformation, cyber defense, operations and insights, and of course, cloud services. And these 4 strategic pillars helps drive customer success through innovation, security, and of course, operational excellence. Now, under our AI and people transformation, we help organizations with their AI and productivity solutions, from AI and productivity transformation to employee experience optimization to digital HR and task automation to change and adoption strategy. Also, we know that cybersecurity and security in general is priority for any organization that is seeking to be a frontier. And we help organizations with their cybersecurity solutions from our vast silo of solutions that we offer to these organizations. And some of these solutions include zero trust architecture and identity security, threat prevention and response, threat hunting, forensics and incident response, compliance, governance, regulatory readiness, amongst others. These are not the limited solutions we offer. This is just for presentations purposes. All right. And also, we enhance business efficiency by integrating operational controls with real-time data intelligence. And some of the solutions we offer here include real-time business insights and dashboards, business process optimization, data-driven decision support, industry-specific intelligence, data fabric, Internet of Things, and automation, as well as other solutions that we have also leveraged for organizations that have reached out to us. And lastly, cloud services. So whether you're migrating, optimizing, or innovating to the cloud, we build resilient infrastructure and applications that scale your business. And some of the solutions are displayed on your screen. Now, these achievements, this system of work, this drive for excellence has led to a lot of achievements for us. In 2021, 2022, and 2023, we're named the Microsoft Country Partner of the Year. In 2024, we were named the Microsoft Country Partner of the Year. We're also named the Business Provider of the Year, the Business Transformation Company of the Year, as well as the Public Sector Digital Transformation Provider of the Year. Now, we work with different OEMs like Microsoft, Sophos, Avaya, Splunk, Ribbon, to ensure that all our clients have the best solution at their fingertips. And this is a physical representation or a graphical representation of some of the organizations that we have helped with different solutions across their organization. So I would like that you also become part of us, would like that you also leverage some of the solutions that we have to offer. And so if you are willing to have a conversation with us, I'll be dropping a link in the chat shortly. Please click on the link to book a session with us, a one-on-one session where we'll have experts just have a conversation with you around your organization structure and what solution that you're looking to implement. All right, so without further ado, and without saying so much, I would like to hand over to Aminat right now as we get started with harnessing AI to redefine customer experience excellence. Over to you, Aminat.
All right, thank you, Sarah. Thank you for the warm introduction. So just as Sarah has mentioned, the topic for today's webinar is harnessing AI to redefine customer experience excellence. So I'll be starting. So over a few minutes, we would explore how AI is not just changing technology, but reshaping human interaction, helping businesses grow, anticipate, and truly delight their customers. Also, I would also be sharing some few questions along the line so as for us to interact and also have insight into where customer service individuals need help with customer service. So I would start short. So let's talk about why customer engagement matters. So customer engagement is not just a marketing metrics, it's the foundation of every successful organization. It's the foundation of every successful organization, and it's about how deeply customers connect with your brand, both emotionally and behaviorally. So at the core of every profit-making organization are its customers, because without customers, even the best product or service won't succeed. And then customer engagement, it goes beyond just simple transactions. It's about building relationship through meaningful interactions, fostering loyalty, and also encouraging advocacy. So when a customer feels connected and valued, they stay longer, they even spend more, and also promote your brand to others. So take for instance now, as a tech company, it's not just about selling software, it's about assisting your customers to succeed. So that is why customer engagement is something that is very critical. It drives retention, revenue, and growth, and also helps to build a strong brand reputation. So let's look into today's customer state of customer service experience. From research, we realize that customers, they want a fast, personalized, and a seamless services. They also want to be able to reach out to their customers. They want to be able to reach out to agents or organization via multiple channels without losing context and also not having to repeat themselves. But unfortunately, we realize that our organization still struggles with issues like long wait time, issues like disconnected service, high call volume, and so on and so forth. And along run, it usually creates two issues, create issues for both the customer and the agent. So for customer, from their end, they will be frustrated. They would have to wait for a longer time before their issues are resolved. And for agents, on the other hand, they would have higher workload and also find it difficult to give the right information. Also, from research also conducted as well, we realized that customers they switch brand whenever they had 2 or 3 bad experience. They switch brand. That is why customer service is not something that is operational, but it's what differentiates a key differentiator for brand loyalty. So I would move on to why AI. So how AI shows your customer what your customers want. So first one we have predictive analysis. So with predictive analysis, AI has insights. Imagine being able to predict what your customer wants even before they can say it. Take for instance, that's the power of predictive analysis for AI. So we have the chatbot as well. It gives your customer the instant 24/7 support. And with this, it helps to free up agents, it free us your team to focus more on high value interactions. So we have the personalization engine as well. It delivers tailored content tailored content and offers and experience that make customers they feel truly held. So we also have the sentiment as well. So from sentiment, you are able to dictate the tone. AI is able to understand the tone and emotion, whether a customer is delighted, maybe they are frustrated or just curious. AI is able to dictate all of this. And for the last part of it, we have the automation. That is, AI can help handle repetitive routines. It helps to handle repetitive routines and interactions, and also ensures consistency and speed and accuracy. So I would move on. Before I would move on, I would want us to share our thoughts about the biggest challenge organization face in customer service. So to access this, on the chat, a link could have been dropped for us to access this question. So if you're unable to do that, you can scan the barcode and then access the question. So just let's share our thoughts about this. I want us to all engage with this question. What is the biggest challenge organization faces in today's customer service experience? So share your thoughts. We have the long wait time. We have the disconnected system, we have the high call volume, and we have the lack of personalized system. So what challenge did you think organization face? So let's engage with this. Take for instance, now we have the long wait time. With AI, customers will not have to wait for a longer time before they reach out to their agents. One way or the other, the bots or the AI would help to assist with some common issues that customers they have. So with AI can resolve issues with them, and they won't have to wait longer before their issues are resolved. We have the high call volume as well for the IVR. So AI can also assist with this. We have the disconnected system as well. With AI, there is nothing like disconnected system. So all of this. So what did you think is the biggest challenge and how AI can look into it? Let's engage with the topic. I can see that four audience has been able to drop their insights about this question. So let's add our inputs. Because I realize we are much on the course. So let's add our inputs. What do we think is a challenge that we face? Take for instance, I want to reach out to a telecommunication organization. What did I face while trying to reach out to one of their agents? So let's add our inputs. So we have 6 already. So let's add our inputs. What do we think can be a challenge that we face while trying to reach out to customer service. So we have the high call volume. So that's carrying 50%. And we have the long wait time, that's carrying 50%. That is, it shows that people stay for a longer time before their issues are resolved. So let's add our inputs. So if I should move from this slide, you won't be able to access the question again. So if you're having difficulties accessing this question, you can scan the barcode and it will navigate you to the browser where you'll be able to access the question. So let's add our input. So let's keep it coming. So from the response that I'm able to gather here, we realize that one of the biggest challenges is the long wait time. But with AI, there is nothing like long wait time. If you are unable to reach out to agents, you are able to reach out, and both the virtual agent is able to assist you. And even some knowledge articles that are on the system, that are on the portal, you can also resolve your issues from there. So let's add our inputs more. So I'm able to gather 10 response from 10 audience. So let's still add our inputs before I move further. Because if I should move from this slide, we won't be able to access the question again. So what is the biggest challenge organization faces in customer service? So, all right, without wasting much time, so what is Dynamic 365 Contact Center? So this is where Dynamic 365 Contact Center comes into play to resolve all of these issues. So it is a Microsoft AI standalone contact center solution that is built on the cloud. That is, it is designed to help organizations deliver personalized, seamless, and intelligent customer service across different channels. So with this application, agents no longer have to switch between multiple tools. Customers can reach out via multiple channels, as well as agents, they would have full context into activities that are going on within the contact center. So take for instance now, maybe as a customer, I'm trying to reach out to one of your agents. I can start my conversation from WhatsApp. I can continue it from Facebook or any of the social media platform. I can end it with a phone call conversation or even an email. So with this, the agents will not lose context and also would have insight into the customer's history as well as the customer details. So with Dynamic 365, all of these are achievable. So let me move on. What are the contact center features and capabilities? So what are the things that you tend to get from the use of this application? We have the omni-channel engagement. That is, customers can reach out to you from different channels like Facebook, WhatsApp. They can send a mail. They can even call. So the customers can reach out to you from different channels. We have the AI assistant for agents during interaction. So this AI assistant, basically, it helps your agent to draft response to customer depending on the tone of that interaction. It helps to draft response depending on it. It also helps to suggest articles that can help the agent to attend to customers' requests. It suggests that they can also use it to draft emails as well. So all of this, they can do it with the use of the Copilot service. So we have the real-time insight as well. So real-time insight basically helps supervisors to have insight into what is going on within that application, be it the customer's wait time, be it customer sentiment, be it the agent's performance, the customer engagement. The supervisors is able to have insight into it. We have the self-service as well. So for the self-service, so it's integrated with your app, with your portal, whereby customers can resolve their issues themselves right on the portal. They'll be able to gather information right on the portal depending on their request. And also they would be able to speak with a virtual agent. That is, a virtual agent is able to resolve their issue. And if there is need for it to be routed to to an agent, it can also do that for them right on the portal. So the next one is integration with other CRM tools. So this application is integratable with other CRM tools, be like Salesforce, like ServiceNow, and also custom built apps. So it is integratable with other applications, other CRM tools. So also, what do you tend to get from here? You would have you won't have to duplicate data in different tools. Yes, you won't have to duplicate data in different tools. Also, your agents would have insight into customers' history. They would have insight into customers' history, and so on and so forth. So the next question that is on our screen now is if you are to rank, based on my explanation, if you are to rank Dynamic 365 feature in terms of importance, how would you rank it? So we have the unified interface. That is, on this same application, on the unified interface, your customers, your agents can attend to different requests on a unified interface. We have the real-time insight as well. Your supervisors will have insight into what is going on within that application. We have the AI-driven automation as well. AI it can help. You have the AI it can help with repetitive tasks and routine activities. And we have the customer emotion analysis that is able to detect customers' emotion during an interaction. So let's add an input. If you are to rank Dynamic 365 feature in the order of importance, how would you rank it? Real-time insights, AI-driven automation, customer emotion analysis, and unified interface. And if you have to access this question as well, you can access it from the chat, or you scan the barcode as well to navigate you to the browser where you would have access to the question. So let's add an input. If you are to rank this feature in their order of importance, how would you rank them? So I've been able to get 4 audience attended to this question. So let's add more input. Let's add our insight. Let's add our suggestion. If you are to rank this feature in the order of importance, how would you rank them? How would you rank the following features? Dynamic 365 features. So let's add our inputs. So, because if I should move from this screen, we won't be able to access this slide again, access the question again. So let's add our inputs. So we have the real-time insights. Yes, agents would have insight into activities that are going on within the application. We have the unified interface, we have the AI-driven automation, and we have the customer emotion analysis. So let's add our inputs. To rank the following Dynamic 365 feature in terms of importance for customer service. So we have real-time insights, unified interface, AI-driven automation, and customer emotion analysis. All right, so I've been able to gather 9 responses from 9 audience. So we have the real-time insights, unified interface, AI-driven automation, and customer emotion analysis. So with Dynamic 365, all of this is achievable. Your agents, your supervisors would have insight into what is going on within the application. AI-driven automation, it assists with repetitive tasks. We have a unified interface feature as well, that is all activities is carried out on the unified interface, that you won't have to navigate from one screen to the other, all in a unified interface. And we have the customer emotion analysis, that is, you're able to have insights into customers' behavior during an interaction. So I'll move on to the next slide. That is Copilot. So what is Copilot? Copilot is an AI-powered assistant built on Microsoft apps, which helps to analyze, summarize, and automate tasks using natural language. So Microsoft Copilot in Dynamics is built to assist agents, supervisors, and customers with real-time intelligence. So for instance, for a customer, when a customer comes in or sends in a mail, Copilot is able to summarize it instantly. So this would assist the agent in having to go through reading the mail or even reading conversation from so AI is able to, and is able to summarize it for them. So it can also draft professional responses that agents can use, they can send to their customers. And also with all of this feature, it improves them response quality and also the agent efforts. So I'll move on to how Copilot service transforms agent experience. So as an agent, from this use of Copilot service, how would it assist with your tasks, with your activities? We have the first one is reduces cognitive load for agents. That is, it helps agents to reduce, it helps assist with repetitive and routine activities. It speed up response time. That is, instead of having to type messages for your customers. So one of the reasons AI comes in, draft response for you, and you are able to send it to your customer based on the tone of the conversation. We also have, it ensures consistency and resolution. That is, it provides standardized response. It frees up agents to focus more on matters or issues that are complex in nature. And also, it can summarize case for you. It can summarize case for agents, even emails as well. It summarizes it for them. They would have it in a summarized form. We have the streamlined workflow as well. It makes workflow smoother and less manual. And also, we have the context awareness. That is, in every conversation, AI is always aware. It stays aware of customers' history, and it enables agents to respond with full context. So as an agent, if AI would take one task from you, what would that be? So what if an agent, from the features I have showcased earlier, that I've mentioned earlier, if as an agent you want AI to take one particular task from you, what would that be? So you can also access the question just as you've accessed the previous one. You can scan the barcode, or you can just click on the question that has been dropped on the chat for you to access this. So if AI could take one task off your agent's plate tomorrow, what would that be? So I've gotten the response, the first response, that is, yes, the first response, that is, maybe once a case comes in, AI is able to draft a first response that you can use, or it's able to automatically send the first response to your customer. So let's add our input, let's add our suggestion. What if AI could take a task off your agent's place tomorrow? What would that be? So let's add our input. So let's make it more, let's make it engaging. Let's add our input. If AI could take a particular task off your place tomorrow as an agent, what would that be? So let's add our input. To realize that we have agents. So if as an agent you want to be relieved of your tax, how can AI assist you with that? So let's add our input. Okay, we have the routing of conversation to the right agent. That is, once a conversation comes in, AI is able to route it to the best suited agents, the agents that would attend to it, that have insight into that request. That is, they won't have to start routing it, maybe moving your case from one agent to the other. So one of the features of AI is that it's able to do this for you. It's also able to draft response. Yes, depending on the tone of the message, AI is able to do that. We have helping with insight. Yes, AI is also able to have help with insights. It has insight into every conversation. We have knowledge suggestion as well. So as AI can help you, so during a conversation with customer, is able to suggest knowledge articles for you as an agent that you would use. So we have the emotion detection as well. It's able to flag customers' emotion during an interaction. That is, if a customer is satisfied, AI is able to detect it with the tone of the conversation. If the customer is frustrated, it's also able to detect that as well. So and so on and so forth. So also, it's also able to resolve your issues. Yes, maybe you are routing a request through the portal. AI is able to, when you are able to, it's able to resolve your request depending on what you want. So AI is able to do that. So let's keep our response coming in. So it's also able to detect duplicate record. Yes, it flags duplicate record. So AI can assist with that as well. So let's engage with the question. If AI could take one task off your agent's plate tomorrow, what would that be? So we have the after call summary. So once at the end of every conversation, AI is able to summarize what's transpired between the agent and the customer. Is able to do this. So let's engage with the question. If AI could take one task off your agent's plate tomorrow, what would that be? All right, thank you for your response. So I'll move on to what are the dynamic 3 AI and Copilot service capabilities that transforms agents experience. We have customers experience. We have the conversational AI bot, that is, customers are able to interact with a bot before their conversation is routed to an agent, and even is also able to interact with the bot, whereby it will create responses, create answers to their issues. We have the intelligent case suggestion and knowledge search. So during conversation, is able to suggest cases that have similar issues with the customer's request, and also knowledge search as well. Is able to suggest some of these for them. We have the sentiment analysis and emotion detection. Also, during conversation, is able to detect customers' emotion during conversation. Now we have AI-based skill matching and routing. So depending on customers' request, their request is routed to the best suited agents that would answer their request within a short period of time. So that are the features of AI capabilities that can transform customers' experience. So the next one is, after as a supervisor, what are the things you also get? How can Copilot assist supervisors with their duty? So we have the monitor agent performance live. So during conversations with customers, supervisors are able to monitor agents performance during customer engagement. They are also able to get real-time alerts on sentiment dips. So we have is able to get alerts whenever a customer is not satisfied with the services they render. Also able to get alert as well whenever a customer is satisfied. We have the auto generated insights and coaching tips. That is AI generated insights and coaching tips. So Copilot service also gives auto generated insights and coaching tips. We have call transcripts and AI summary playback. That is, at the end of every conversation, you are able to even download transcripts. You're able to download and also get summary of activity or of interactions that your agents are engaged in with customers. You're able to get transcript and summary. Also, data that are gathered from your customers, that are gathered from your agent, you can also use it for decision making in your organization. We have onboarding support for new agents. So it's also a Copilot service also assists with onboarding and support for new agents. So the next part of it is Copilot feedback capabilities. So Copilot service feedback capabilities. So we have the real-time sentiment detection. That is, at the end of, it's able to detect real-time, it's able to detect customers' emotion during an interaction. We have the post-interaction feedback as well. So at the end of every conversation, it sends an automatic survey to customers, whereby you are able to gather feedback from customers regarding the service you've provided for them. Also, we have the integrated feedback in transcript as well. From the transcript as well, you are able to get feedback from your customers. We have the actionable insights for supervisors. So supervisors would also have insights into real-time emotion, real-time detection, survey feedback, and so on and so forth. So finally, I've been able to showcase some of the feedback, some of the capabilities of Dynamic 365 Copilot service. And so at this point, I would hand it over to Simeon to take us through the demonstration, so that you'll be able to have insight into some of the features that I've mentioned for us, I've explained to us in this course. So Simeon, over to you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Aminat, for the presentation. It was actually very well done. So I would be walking you through the demonstration basically of some of the things Aminat I mentioned during the presentation. So we're going to specifically be focusing on the Dynamics 365 Contact Center and also how the AI chatbot could possibly help us. If you could see my screen, just give it a thumbs up. That would be great. Right. So, like I mentioned, this is going to be a demonstration where I'm going to try and walk through each end of a full customer service experience, right? From the customer down to the supervisors who would normally monitor cases, right? So we'll take it customer, agent, then supervisor, right? And we're going to see how contact center and how the Copilot AI service itself would help in this situation with some of the features that Aminat had already mentioned, right? So first things first, we'll be using sort of a scenario. So I am a customer of Contoso. Contoso is a company that does deals in laptop. They sell laptops, they handle laptop repairs, right? So I've been a long time customer. My name is going to be John Doe. So I want to get a new laptop, right? Which is why I came onto their website. And the good thing is they have a chatbot setup that I could interact with and begin conversation with them, right? So let me just go ahead and type in my name. So my name is just going to be John Doe in this case. Remember, I'm a long-time customer. So let me see. My email is john@gmail. What do I need? Product information. So let me go ahead and submit. So we're just going to see at this point, the first way AI is going to come in and help me as a customer. Right? One of I think the major issue that was voted as an issue was actually the fact that you have extremely long wait times in customer service today. It is extreme. I don't know if you've been on these calls or chats, and sometimes it takes minutes, right? Sometimes even longer, right, before you're able to get a response. Sorry, let me refresh my screen. Having a little network issue. So, like I was saying, sometimes it takes a bit long before we are able to get a response. Sometimes you reach out and you would hear something like on calls or even in text, you would hear something like, oh, the queue is, you have like 10 people, 11 people on queue, and you are going to have to like wait through that. It's usually very distressing. Right. But we're just going to see in just a second how AI could help with that. Let's give it a second for the chatbot to come up. But while we're waiting for that to come up anyway, it's also important to mention, as Aminata said, you could have this conversation in different channels, right? So as long as you have configured these different channels for your customers to reach out to you, whether it's your Facebook, your WhatsApp, or whatever channel it is, right? Your customers could use that and they would all come through one interface, which is the Dynamics 365 Contact Center, right? So while that is coming up, I would just highlight how the WhatsApp would work in that situation. So let me go over to my WhatsApp, right? And say, yeah, so I've already previously been interacting with Contoso. Remember, I'm a Contoso customer, right? And I'm just going to say hello here and begin the conversation. Sorry about that. Let me join the conversation again. We are in the sandbox environment, so it tends to sign out at times. Join area, good. All right, so I could say hello again. In just a second, I should get a response from the chatbot with messages. Yeah. So as soon as I come here, you can see it instantly gives me some messages, right? So it said, hello, I am an automated AI assistant designed to support you. Should you require the assistance of a representative, do not hesitate to inform me, right? So I could continue the conversation here. And at this point, begin conversing with the AI chatbot and get any information that I need without necessarily having to speak to a human to gather that information. right? Just to highlight and showcase a bit that you could have that conversation there as well. Let me see, navigate over to the website because that is the interface we are prepared to use for this conversation. Let's just wait a bit for that to come in. All right, since it is taking a bit of time, I'll continue the conversation via the WhatsApp, right? So, like, what do I need? Remember, I said I wanted information directly on, purchasing a new laptop, right? So I could just send them a message and say, laptop prices. So let's see if I'm able to get the information I require without necessarily speaking to a representative. Let's see. So in a second, I should get a message from the bot. I'm just going to see that play out. It's taking a little bit of time. Shouldn't take this long. Let me go over back there and see if this is ready to come back up. It's not up either. Very, very strange. All right, so let's see if I do get a response. So seems we're having a little bit of trouble with that, but anyway, okay, let's see this guy is back up. So let's pick it up here again. John Doe is my customer. Let's see, john@gmail.com. Let's send a message, submit. So I should also at this point also get a message from the AI chatbots responding to me as well. Let's see. Yep. That seems to be coming up now. Let's just wait a bit. Yeah. So yeah, I do get the message finally. The technical issues are normal in this field, but it was temporary and we're able to continue. Yeah. So this is actually how we want to demonstrate this. So as soon as I come here, you can see I'm also greeted by the same AI bots that I was greeted with on WhatsApp. So just to highlight again, this could be any interface, whether it's your WhatsApp, your social media accounts like Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is, basically, you could set this up and it would work the same way, even on calls, right? So this could have been a call I had placed through to Contoso, right, to get whatever information that I needed, right? So just to continue while we're talking about that. So I do need laptop prices. If you remember, I said it's laptop information that I am after. So I should get a message from the bot with a few of the laptops that are available. All right. And all of this, as I have mentioned, is without the actual interference of a human, right? I'm able to get any information that I need. Just wait a bit for that to come up. Yep. So it was ahead to ask me that which of the products are you interested in? So I want to get a laptop, HP Pavilion, Dell Inspiron, whatever laptop I need. So me, I am interested in speaking to getting the HP Pavilion. It's also dropping an option for me to speak with a Shima representative if I wanted to. Let me just go ahead and click HP Pavilion at this point. Yeah, and now it shows me the available products they have, right? It sends me a whole list. We're not going to go through everything, but I'm just going to go ahead and select the first one. Let's see. Yeah, and it gives me full information about the laptop. So the technical details, if you're a technical person, you would understand some of these, the 8 gig RAM, the 512 gig SSD, the amazing display, blah, blah, blah. So say I'm okay with this, right? This is fine for me. I've gotten the information that I wanted. Just again to mention, this was done completely by speaking with the AI, right? Without me having to interface with any human. So the issue of the long wait time that we highlighted earlier, right, it's completely eradicated with the use of the Copilot AI service bots, right? So I've gotten every information I wanted, and now we can proceed. But for this scenario, I'm not done chatting with it, but I also need to get my older laptop fixed. So the reason I'm trying to get a new one is because the other one has several issues, but perhaps I just want to keep it or give it to someone else to use, which is common in this part of the world. So let me just say, yeah, it's still asking me, can I help with anything else? I'm just going to say, yes, it can. So we are just going to get a response soon on some of the information that I could proceed to get. Let's wait a bit for that to come in. And at this point, again, just to reiterate that it's, again, completely with an AI bot I'm interacting. There's no human on the back end that is sending me these messages, right? So yeah, I'll start over. What can I help you with today? This time, I want to get repair services. That is one of the options that the bot is already presenting to me. So I'm just going to click that. It says, let's get your repair sorted. For repair assistance, please visit the nearest service location to have your issue resolved, or would you like to talk to an agent who can guide you through the repair instruction? So say I don't want to have to go to the service location, right? I want to speak to an agent now. So we're just going to see how the AI is going to route my conversation to an agent that is in the best position to assist me in this case, right? Which is one of the features that Aminat mentioned, right? Yeah, so as soon as I clicked yes, it says we are connecting you with a representative for further assistance. The rest of gibberish is because it's a demo, right? So if I do navigate, get a message, a notification sort of coming that says request from whoever the customer is. So let me navigate there. If at any point you're having issues with my screen, let me know if you feel like I'm ahead of you or something. And as always, drop questions in the chat if you do have any questions, and we will be happy to pick them up. All right, so I am on the contact center interface at the moment, and I can see the chat request. It says chat request from John Doe. So I'm just going to go ahead and accept that. And as soon as I do, it should open up a conversation for me, right? To begin interacting with the customer. Let's see. Yeah, so as soon as I get to this page, you notice all the information is pre-filled because it's an existing customer. For example, the customer's name is already here, John Doe. It's previous cases, could be recent cases. I can see it here as well. Get a bit of information on some of the other issues that he has had in the past. I can get all of that here, right? Because like I mentioned, it's a previous customer. And I can also see the conversation that the AI has been having with John, as you can see here. And just to note at the top, you could see the emoji with the neutral expression, right? So it's basically telling me that, oh, at this point, we are not having any issues with the customer. His emotion is completely neutral, right? But again, just to highlight, that is the AI coming in to help me as the agent try and flesh out whatever emotion the customer is feeling, right? But one thing, another way it could help is to help with insights or conversation summary. All right, like Amin has mentioned, as soon as I go to this page, it could pop up conversation summary. I could also trigger that myself. Let me try and do that here. Seems to be like little it should bring that up, but that's fine. Right. As soon as I open the Copilot pane as well on the right hand side, you can see it's already offering suggestions. So this is just based on the fact that the customer selected repairs. He wants to get repairs fixed, right? So what the AI has done is try to go through the knowledge bases, the records, to try and pull out information, right, that is already in existence from the system about repairs. For example, screen replacement, the cost, how long it will take, keyboard replacement, the cost, how long it will take. Just basically, it's proactive. right? It's taking that step for me, the agent, without me, the agent, necessarily having to do that myself, right? So here I could pick up the conversation with the customer. So we're just going to do a little bit of a back and forth, right, between myself and the customer, right? So I'm just going to say, hello. Let me use the quick reply option, which is a text that shows some of the, you know, message I could send to the customer. So this is just kind of help speed up the process and replying. So, hello, you're chatting with Simeon, the agent at this point. How may I help you? So let me just send that. All right. So on the customer end, I should have gotten a message. Yep, I should have gotten a message. So it says I get the message, hello, how may I help you? And I should be able to respond again to the agent. Let me just hold that thought a bit. Seem to be having some technical issues here. Sorry about that. Right. But at this point, we will just kind of close the conversation here to kind of keep it so we don't take your time too much. So you can see I've been able to use interact with the customer briefly, although not fully as we would have liked to shown, right? And also be able to get insight on whatever the customer could possibly need. So say I'm an agent, I could from here just copy all of these and send to the customer since it's repairs that they need, right? And everything would go fine. And one other thing, some of the other things that the AI could possibly help with, right, is conversation summaries, like Aminat mentioned, case summaries. So say I create a case now based on this conversation, right? It will help summarize some of that, right? So just to highlight a bit how the AI could help the customer and agent with basically seeing that, right? So cool feature of contact center as well, apart from AI, is if you assign the case, you could see your active cases visibly on the screen, right? And sort them based on, their latest cases, right? And just to mention, the AI helps or could help with assigning based on, the individual's level of expertise, right? So based on that, you could get cases assigned to you, right? And a whole lot more, right? And just to highlight a bit the supervisor's end as well, you could see dashboard information like this. So this normally would highlight real-time information. We don't have any ongoing conversations. So say you're a supervisor, you would come here, you will see all the conversations that are ongoing, their status by agent name, queue, channels, wait time, average duration, etc., and so on, right? Let's see. We don't have the dashboard for that. You can also see ongoing conversations dashboard. So this is a bit more detailed about that. You can see here the conversation that is currently ongoing with John Doe. I can see it and see the customer's emotion, right? So say the customer is not pleased. At this point, I'll be able to reach out to the agent and say, oh, what is going on? Why is the customer not happy? And so on. You could also get real-time insights or more detailed analytics like this. Right, so this is a feature of contact center. So say your active cases by the agents, active cases by SLA status over a week, all items, active cases. So again, these are just little bits of features that you could get from the contact center dashboard. So we're just gonna do just a little bit, right? So we've been able to see some of them, right? Just to note, a whole lot could have been done what I have shown. And if you have any questions, please drop in the chat. We would be more than happy to answer those questions. But we've been able to highlight how both the customer, the agent, and the supervisor could possibly benefit from using contact center and also the Copilot AI service, right? So there's a whole lot more than we have shown. I think Amina did do a very good job in highlighting some of them. So if you are interested, like Sarah said, you could schedule a call with us, reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to answer your questions and all of that. And also, if you do have questions as well, please drop them in the chat. We have experts on the call that are ready to answer those questions. Right. So I think that is it from me. Like I said, if you have any questions, drop in the chat. I would be more than happy to answer. Right. So thank you all very, very much for your time. I will hand it back to Sarah at this point.
All right. Thank you very much, Simeon. Hello everybody. I've not been seeing when we started really engaging, but it's like it just, I don't know. So please, right about now, we're taking questions. If you have any question, please ask your question in the chat window. So I'll be waiting for questions. You can ask your questions in the chat. Please, if you have any questions, please ask your questions in the chat window. Brian, Chiamaka, Gladys, Marcus, Moses, do you have any question at all? Patrick, Samuel? I'm not seeing any questions. Are we saying that it's really clear and we don't have any question at all? Or are you finding it difficult to drop a message in the chat? I'm trying to check through the chat window to see if there are any questions that dropped. Okay, so while we wait for your questions, I've dropped a link or 2 links in the chat. First, we'd like to hear from you. We would like to get your feedback on today's event. I'll drop the link again, or the links again, pardon me, where you can let us know what you think about this event. So click on the link. I just dropped it. It should reflect any moment from now at your end. We'd like to hear from you. Kindly click on the link below to share your feedback. Also, if you'd like to have a personalized session with us based on the conversations we had today, or any other solution that you're looking to implement in your organization and you'd like digital advisory, you'd like to get a partner, Reliance Infosystems is that reliable partner that you need. So to schedule that personalized session, I've dropped another link. You'll see a schedule at Reliance link. So click on the link and book a session. The first session comes at no cost to you, of course. All the sessions comes at no cost as well. So it's a free session where we just have like a deep dive into your organization and what solution you are looking to implement in your organization. So for every one of us that is on this call, and you can also send a message to maybe the decision maker in your organization if you're looking to leverage any solution. Yes, you can also reach out to us. All right. So I am still not seeing any question, and I'm going to assume that we all understand and we do not want to ask any question. All right. So before we call it a wrap, I'd like to mention that please be on the lookout for an email from us. We'll be sharing the link to this session recorded, shared with you, as well as some other insightful materials that we think would help your organization in its AI journey. And also, if by any chance you do not see that email, please check your spam. We've been getting that feedback as well. So please just check your spam inbox, or not your inbox, your spam section, and then just check for our name, Reliance Infosystems. All right. So if there are no further questions, I would like to call it a wrap. But before I do, I want to say a very big thank you. Thank you to every one of you that have joined right from the start up till now. Thank you very much for your patience when you started, for others to join as well. And also Thank you for waiting till the end. I want to say a very big thank you to our presenters, Aminat and Simeon. Thank you very much for your time. I think for everyone that has joined this event, we do hope that you found it as insightful as we had planned it to be, and that you would also interact with us, schedule a session with us, and also give us your feedback. All right, so do have an amazing rest of the day. And thank you for joining the Harnessing AI to Redefine Customer Experience Excellence live event. Bye for now. Thank you very much, everyone.